without you. Maybe it's the only way to cut through. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. Though it hurts, I only wish you blessings. When intuition talks, you gotta listen. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. 'Cause you build me up to break me down. Never respect the love you found. And I had a voice inside the back of my mind. I always knew it deep down. You don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh, no looking back this time. 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 Running from the truth was getting reckless. In your arms I never felt protected. Oh. 'Cause you don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh. No looking back this time. 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 No looking back this time.
Yes. I hope you're all well. I hope you are all well this evening. Got another show. I didn't do one yesterday. Didn't really have much news. Got quite a bit of news to talk about today, and also wanted to talk about playing styles and playing patterns, and where some of our players are going to fit, and have a look at some of their style and patterns that they've shown for other teams that they played for. Because remember, Liverpool is an evolving team now. It's got lots of new weapons, new tools, new players that are got to adapt to the team right now. Hope you are all well. Obviously, I can see a lot of information around Chelsea and Manchester City It's fair enough. Like, we know who they are. We know what they're about. Everybody knows this. This is common knowledge. Um, Loophole FC. I've called Chelsea for God knows how long. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not gonna find a loophole for this one. If they've broken the rules, then they've broken the rules, and they should be punished. Um, they've been punished before. They got a 2-year transfer ban. I think it was under Frank Lampard, which is why they ended up having such a big surge of young players that came into the team and became really good players. And there's a lot of players that flopped, and there's a lot of players that got sold and moved on to different clubs and have not done so well. It is what it is. Maybe that'll happen again. Maybe they'll be more severely punished because the rules have changed more now, and maybe they are a bit more severe. And we all know about Manchester City; they basically just paid £1 billion, haven't they, to get out of some of the rules that they've broken towards ownership and selling themselves their own assets. So it is what it is. Genuinely, I don't give a crap. Like, Liverpool are so important right now. What we're doing is more important than what anyone else is doing. And I feel like we put ourselves in a position where we could potentially go and dominate the league for a number of years. I don't see why we can't. I genuinely don't see why we can't. I don't see anyone that's really standing in our way. I mean, I did a little bit of a look into the next 6 fixtures. They're all winnable. Maybe one of them could be a draw, but they all look winnable to me. Galatasaray, their ground is probably not a nice fixture to have. So that one, I'm thinking, depending on how things go with the rest of the games, because this is the last one out of the 6 games in 17 days, maybe we might be a little bit jaded. Like, maybe we might have gone a bit too far with all the other games. But looking at what they want to do, they want to rotate. Leone's already been lined up to make his debut in the Southampton game in the Cup, so looks good. So just a couple of things I wanted to cover off. There's 44 of you in here. If you can hit the likes, that would be amazing. I've noticed the numbers are really low on YouTube now. Like, they were in the hundreds and the 200s. Now they're really low. They're low for everybody, though. It's not just me. Like, it seems like the algorithm's not kicking out. I don't know what that is. I don't know how that gets fixed. I don't know, genuinely. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sharing some screens, and we're going to start getting into the show. Okay. So, a couple of things. Burnley coming up on Sunday, I believe. Yes, Sunday, 2:00. I think the kickoff is. Fitness update. Both right backs are back in training and fit. So Connor Bradley and Jerome Frimpong will be available for the Burnley game, which is great news. But I'm assuming Dominic Szoboszlai will probably play that game as a right back. I don't see why he wouldn't. But I just wanted to let you know that they are both fit and available for the game, which is great news. And I'm also going to do a Burnley preview on Friday or Saturday, depending. Another couple of things. Chelsea-wise, Chelsea not considering a move for Mark Guehi in January. Also, Liverpool expect Mark Guehi to join them in the summer. So, looks like Guehi is being earmarked as the replacement for Konate. Real Madrid believe Canate would like to play for them. That's from The Athletic. So bigger media outlets now, not just Marseille. It's now spread into other media outlets. Rumours are he's rejected his third contract offer now. I don't think we're going to go in again. I think we'll probably just leave it as it is. There's rumours. That this one here. According to sources in Spain, Real Madrid are confident they can sign Canate. So there's rumours that Madrid are going all in for him. But then there's also conversations around Canate's contract situation is very different to Trent's. This is not a matter of loyalty, but a reflection of a player who understands his value. If reports of a £200,000 a week request are accurate, he is within his rights to ask, and I think he is. I'm not going to deny it. Like, should Canate be paid 200 grand a week? Probably not. When McAllister's on 160 and Dominic Szoboszlai is on 150, so is Canate worth more than those two? And Cody Gakpo is on round about the same? The answer is no. Like, he's worth about 150, 160, maybe 100, maybe 170. Does he go into the 200k mark, which is kind of what the likes of Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, and Alexander Isak are on? Then probably not, because these guys were signed now. Wages are different now. This is an extension. This is an extension. You go from 70 grand. You don't go from 70 grand to 200. Like, it's not how it works. Like, you don't get a bump to that extent. Like, and that's not Hughes and Edwards' fault. That's the previous regime that didn't get this guy under a contract earlier. So maybe we bite the bullet and pay him 200. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But with it appearing that Ibou Konate will not re-sign with Liverpool beyond 2026, it raises the question into whether Liverpool should have pursued a contract extension for him the way they did. Having said that, with what we've seen in terms of a business this summer, Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, there's no denying that the two of them are the best business and get this team to where it wants to be. So even if Ibou leaves in the summer, I'm confident they have adequate targets. Obviously, Mark Wakey is one of them. Little bit of news there. Also, where is it? This one from Bayern. Bayern Munich can no longer ignore the developments on the transfer market regarding winger Michael Olise. Offers in the region of 150 to 160 million from top clubs such as Liverpool, Manchester City or PSG would not come as a surprise. Yeah, so I think the Michael Olise stuff is going to start increasing. And talking about what you just mentioned in the chat. Oh, not that. This one here. Lewis Steele, Liverpool have had a scout present at a number of matches. Brazilian giant Santos and Confidential understands that they are keeping an eye on the son of former Real Madrid and Manchester City star Robinho, who I believe is in prison. I believe Robinho is in prison for like 9 years. Robinho Jr. is 17, on the verge of the first team at the São Paulo club, whose famous ex-players include Pelé, Neymar, Rodrigo, to name just three. So he wants a release clause in his contract to make it over £90 million. Well, that's an interesting one. Ganazi goes, I'm pretty sure he will be the last player that leaves for free for long. Yeah, we're in a destination club. I've talked about this a number of times, LFC, John. We are not a stepping stone anymore. We're the top of the mountain. That will be an interesting signing. He's only 17. What I will show you though is Liverpool have signed a few players. So Liverpool have given a professional contract to Emmanuel Aeroboma. He's a midfielder. So it's a new contract to 18-year-old Emmanuel Aeroboma, who I think is Nigerian. I think he can play for Nigeria. I believe he's Nigerian. He's got Nigerian descendants or something like that. I think that's how you say it. Also snapped up a couple of wonder kids from, I don't know where all my photographs go. I take screenshots and they just disappear, and then I have to go and find them. It's really annoying. I might just start deleting loads of stuff. So we've signed 2 new players, and I'm just going to find out where the hell they are, because I had them downloaded on here. I don't know where they are now. I don't know where they've gone. Interesting. Okay, here they are. Got them. Okay, so first one is a goalkeeper. Actually, have I got an image with both of them on? No, I haven't. Okay, so the first one's a goalkeeper. Both from Manchester City, by the way. Both from Manchester City. So we've signed 14-year-old. We signed Matty Rice, who's a goalkeeper from Manchester City, and Lucas Alford, who's a midfielder. So we're literally doing what the other teams do, which is exactly what we should be doing academy-wise, is going around the country and taking the best players from some of the other academies. And this is another player we've signed. This is Lucas Alford, who's a Manchester City academy player. So we're going to take other players from other academies now. So we're just going in and pillaging clubs for the best players, the best coaching staff, the best management team people, just going in and getting the best, which is exactly what we should be doing. Also wanted to mention that we flat out turned down the Chiesa deal to Besiktas a couple of days ago. So that is done. Even though he's not playing in the Champions League team, I don't think he is. So that's another play. So that's another play that we turned down turned down a move to another club. Also wanted to put this one out as well because, in case you didn't know, Omar Mamouche has got a knee injury. He needs to get scanned, so he could be another player that's out now for a while. Manchester City absolutely decimated players. I'm telling you, this is going to bite a lot of clubs in the arse. That Club World Cup will ruin quite a lot of clubs this season for player injuries. It really will. Also wanted to bring this one out as well. So the 16 million add-ons for Florian Wirtz is basically if we win four Premier Leagues or Champions Leagues. These are the add-ons that we put in contracts. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable, some of the add-ons we put into these contracts. 4 Premier Leagues or Champions Leagues, and they'll get 16 million. Otherwise, it's 100 million flat. Like, Liverpool doing crazy business. So everyone's saying that we broke the British transfer record for Florian Wirtz. No, we haven't. Because we've got to win 4 Premier Leagues to pay it. We've got to win 4 Premier Leagues to even pay the add-ons. So, nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Also, I wanted to mention this guy as well, Joel Ordonez. He's being linked with Inter Milan and Olympique Marseille and Al Hilal. So, not sure that one is going to materialise as a Liverpool player in the future. So, I just wanted to put that one out there. And I also wanted to put this out as well, just in case you didn't know. Liverpool are now the land of the giants again. Look at the height of all these players. 1m92, 1m90, 1m95, 1m93, 1m90, 1m94, 1m96. Loads and loads of tall players. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Also wanted to show you this as well. Where is it? Here, 2 seconds. Ooh. Some really interesting numbers on non-penalty goals. Non-penalty goals from Isaac since 2023 up to 2025. 64 games, 35 non-penalty goals. And look at the guy behind him, Mohamed Salah. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Couple of other things. Linked with Adam Wharton again. Liverpool and Newcastle United latest clubs to join the race. Chelsea and Manchester United are also interested. I do think the Adam Wharton deal will probably happen next in the summer. I really do think that's the one that will materialise. Also, Isaac meeting probably one of the most important people he should meet, Ruben Peters. Really happy to see them already talking to each other. So that's brilliant news. If you haven't seen the video, he's already started training and he looks sharp as ever, just banging him in for fun. Also wanted to show you this because this is just ridiculous. Hugo Ekitike got brought on for 60 seconds. He brought him on in the 96th minute. The guy didn't even touch the ball. Honestly, what's the point? What was the point in taking Hugo Ekitike on international duty? Well, you didn't even play the guy. Like, absolute bums. Some of our international players that went is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I also want to send my condolences to poor Spiritos Santos. Like, seriously? Like, he's worked under Jeff Shai, Daniel Levy, and Mariakas. Like, possibly the worst 3 directors of football, club owners in the Premier League, and he's worked for all three. Like, poor guy. Like, he literally stopped Nottingham Forest from getting relegated because they were arse, yeah. Then got them into the Europa League. Then Edu from Arsenal went there. Like, make no bones about it. Like, this wasn't a case of this manager wasn't good. This was a case of the director of football didn't like him because he wanted the players that fitted his style of play. So he wanted to sign your more pragmatic players like your Chris Woods, who scored you bags of goals. You know, he wanted to sign those type of players, like your Milenkovic's. Like, he wanted to sign the players that were going to make it work for him. And then you've got Edu signing Rory Hutchinson for like a club record. Like, he was signed for a club record fee. He's dog shit. Like, where does he even play? Like, Amari Hutchinson doesn't even get in the first 15. He doesn't even get in the first 15. He probably doesn't even get on the bench. Like, he's not a good player. He's not better than what they've got. And they spent a club record fee on him. And they mug this guy off. Like, I really feel for him. Like, he's been totally mugged off. Yeah, I know why they've done it. They've done it so Cameroon can't cap him. I get it. But he's been absolutely mugged off. Poor guy. I really do feel for him. Because he was absolutely brilliant. And they've spent loads of money this window on loads of players that he didn't want. He didn't want those players. Like, he wanted different players. Yeah, I know, man. No, he's not. He's not Alanga's replacement. He's not Alanga's replacement. They signed someone else. They signed another player. They signed the who was he? Is he Swedish or Norwegian? They signed another player to replace. They signed another player to replace. He's really good as well. He scored on his debut, I think, or he got an assist on his debut. I can't remember what club he plays for. Is it Switzerland? He might be Swiss. They signed him from Bologna. I need to find his name now. Sorry. I need to find his name. Ndoye, that's it. They signed Ndoye to replace him. That's it, Ndoye. And he cost a lot of money as well. And they signed Kalandu as well, you're right. But yeah, it's mad. Like, I feel for him. I really feel for him. And that photo kind of makes you feel a little bit more sorry for him, to be honest. Not my problem, though. Not my problem. A couple of other things. Might as well do a few funnies. So Barcelona still not allowed to move into their club, into their ground, and they can't play on this pitch because Post Malone's got a concert. So Barcelona are going to be playing on a pitch with like 6,000 capacity, I think. Like, absolutely hilarious. Barcelona can't even find a football pitch to play on. They played their first 3 games away. Also, congratulations to Jed Spence for his first cap. Also, Nodin Mwenweki for his first goal. Konsa for his first goal. I can't believe that's Konsa and Guehi's first goal for England. But I'm sure there'll be plenty more goals for Konsa and Guehi. Probably no more for Madueke. Now that Madueke scored for England, all the Arsenal fans will be now saying, "Oh, we got our Saka replacement." Yeah, whatever. Also, Florian Wirtz had an interview, and he's basically said it may take a few more games to find form. It's a different kind of football. Flow needs time to flow. That's all. Flow needs a little bit more time to flow. And we're going to talk about Florian Wirtz in a bit when we look at playing styles. Just a couple of other things that I wanted to bring up because I thought this was incredible. This find by Murad LFC. Did you know they all played for Willem II? Isn't that a mad one? Who's the guy on the left? Who's the guy on the left? Can anyone guess who the guy on the left is? But Isaac played for Willem II, and obviously Virgil van Dijk played for Willem II. And yeah, the Greek Scouser played for Willem II as well. Isn't that a mad one? And also big up to Murad LFC for this one as well, which is another corker. Which was this one. Costas played for Willem II. I know. It's crazy that no one talks about Sadio Mane winning the Golden Boot in 18-19 with 22 goals. All from open play, not a single penalty. And he did it playing as a winger. One of the most underrated achievements in Premier League history. I didn't know that season when he got Golden Boot, that was all open play goals. Unbelievable stuff by Mane. God, he was some player, wasn't he? Some player, Mane. Also wanted to just bring this one up because I thought it was cool. I'm just going to get rid of my face. So, little baby face Virgil. We're now just a couple of days away from the very first edition of the tournament. It's incredibly close to my heart, Virgil's Legacy Trophy. So they're having a trophy competition at, I know Salah's done a lot, but I'm just saying that Mane did a lot as well that season. That's all. So yeah, Virgil's got a Virgil Legacy Trophy, which is on the 12th to the 14th of September. Starts tomorrow, and he's also got a stand named after him as well at Willem II because they love him. They absolutely love him, and we will too when he leaves eventually in the future, if he ever leaves. Maybe just plays till he's like 40. I don't know. Also, the last time a Newcastle player joined Liverpool, he became a Champions League and Premier League winner. Omens can happen. Yeah. Gini Wijnaldum. I've got every bit of faith in Alexander Isak, trust me. Every bit of faith in that guy to succeed. What else have I got for you? Also, just a little bit on Verge from ESPN. Centre-backs come and go. Virgil van Dijk remains. I found that really interesting that was posted today. Yesterday. It's interesting that it's got Canate in it. It's like, what is Canate? So who's next? Like, is Canate going? Like, why are you posting that? But yeah, Gomez, Matip, Canate. Thought that was interesting. Don't know why. I just thought that was a little bit interesting. Why that was there. What else have we got for you? So I think we are done for now. So now we are going to have a look at for the next 20-30 minutes. Now we're going to have a look at playing styles. Okay, so 120 of you in here. You can hit the like and subscribe. That would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. I mean, he's still playing, isn't he? Ginny's still playing, isn't he? No, Joey hasn't gone. I know, I get that as well. Joey hasn't gone, but do you think Virgil's going to play with Joey much? Probably not. Probably not. Okay. So, how do we break this down now? So, what I wanted to do is I wanted to look at 3 particular players in general to start off. And those players, so I'm just gonna share my tactics board just to start off with. Okay. Just to start off with. So the 3 players I wanted to look at was Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, and Dominic Szoboszlai. And the reason why I wanted to look at these 3 players is because Dominic Szoboszlai seems to be getting a lot of the ball in games. Yeah. Which means that... Cheers, buddy. It does, doesn't it? It does look sick. It does look sick. So Dom's been getting the ball a lot. He's been getting the ball about 80 touches, 80 plus touches each game now. So he's heavily involved in the game. Obviously, he was involved in the Arsenal game. He was unbelievable in it. He was heavily involved in the Newcastle game. He was brilliant defensively, and he also provided a non-touch assist for the winner. And I've got no doubt that he's going to be involved in the Burnley game and so on and so forth. He might not be involved in the Burnley game like we think because it's Burnley. We might actually play Bradley. I don't know. Okay, but I'll do a match review anyway, a match preview, so we can look into that more. But I wanted to have a look at Wirtz, Isak, and Dom. But I've also got other players in mind as well as Ekitike, and also no, that's it. Just Ekitike. We don't need to look at Cody Gakpo. We don't need to look at Mo Salah. We don't need to look at these players. We know where they play. We know how they play. Okay, so we're kind of fine with that. I might have a look at Frimpong and I might have a look at Kirkes in the future, but not right now because I think the playing styles are quite progressive around your Virtue, Isak, your Dominic Szoboszlai. I think they're heavily involved in games. So let's have a look at Wirtz first. Okay. So Wirtz obviously plays in the number 10 position for Liverpool. Yeah. This is kind of how he's set up right now. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the average positioning where Wirtz plays right now for Liverpool. Okay. So just bear with me. My screen's just gone off. Hang on. Sorry, just bear with me. My screen's just gone off, which means it's gone back to last season, which is not good. That's not what I want. So let me do last season. Let me look at the players. So I'll look at that game. Where is he? Bear with us. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at the average positioning for Wirtz in the Arsenal game. Okay. Right, so So this is the average positioning for Wirtz in the Arsenal game. Let me just get my head out of the way. Okay. So this is the average positioning for Wirtz in the Arsenal game for Liverpool. As you can see, he picks the ball up around the centre midfield position pretty much most of the game, and there was quite a lot of touches on the ball on the right hand side. Okay, now he didn't have a bad game against Arsenal, to be fair. Like, he didn't. He got a 7.3 on SofaScore. He didn't rip up any trees, I've got to be honest. Like, he just didn't. Like, if you look at his numbers, he played 89 minutes, 71% pass accuracy, which is quite low for him. One key pass, one shot on target, one shot blocked. Remember that shot? Wasn't a great shot, but it could have been a screamer. 3 successful dribbles, 5 out of 6 ground duels won. Didn't win any aerial duels. Lost possession 11 times. Okay. For me, on the peripheral of the game, yeah. Okay. So that was Wirtz against Arsenal for Liverpool. Okay. This is where I want you to see the difference. Yeah. This is Wirtz for Bayer Leverkusen last season. I'm picking out a big game that he had a really good game in, okay? Okay. So I picked out a Bayern Mönchengladbach game where Wirtz scored 2 goals. Okay. You got man of the match. Okay. You got a 9.5, which is huge. A 9.5 you got. Okay. 2 goals and an assist. All right. Now let's look at his heat map. Can you see the difference? Can you see the difference? Because look, I'm not a rocket scientist, but we're not getting Wirtz into the right positions. And he's also too central. Like, it's not his bag. Like, and I get it. And I get everybody wants him to be an unbelievable number 10 and blah, 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 and this. But if he's in a wider position, there are less players in front of him. And that's pretty obvious. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. If you're wider, then there's less players around you. Because if you're completely central, you have 2 defenders and 2 midfielders normally in your area. Yeah? You go over to the left or you go over to the right, players get dragged out of position, but they're not close to you, which means you might only have a left back and a centre back, or you might have a left back and you might have one of the midfielders, but you haven't got a box around you. Like, you won't have 2 centre backs, 2 midfielders, all closing in on you. And I feel like we're using him in the wrong vicinity of the pitch now. And I'll show you some of the games, because this isn't me just plucking this one out of the air. But this is me just looking at where Wirtz plays for Leverkusen. He plays drifting over to the left-hand side. But what's really interesting about, he has unbelievable games from this position. Yeah. He can dribble here. So you're going to get Wirtz in your games over to this side of the pitch. Ooh, hang on. Where's my tactics here? You're going to get Wirtz over to this side of the pitch, influencing the game from this side. And this is why I said at the start of the season, as soon as we signed Wirtz, I wanted Wirtz to be the left-sided player. And if he's the left-sided player, then you have your Roadrunner. You have your Dominic Szoboszlai in there. You can play him in there. You can play Ekitike in there, which means you can play Isaac. It means you have more rotation. You have more attackers on the pitch that can damage a team more. And Cody's been great, by the way. But Cody doesn't do what Wirtz does. Cody does not do what Wirtz does. And I'll show you why Cody doesn't do what Wirtz does. So let me look at the numbers on Wirtz that day, what he did. Okay? This is the game where he was man of the match, scored 2 goals, got an assist. 2 goals, an assist, 70 touches on the ball, 74% accurate passing in an attacking area, 2 key passes, dribbles attempted, 2 out of 3, still won his ground duels. I know he lost a lot of possession, and that's something that we do need to work on with Wirtz. We absolutely need to work on possession being lost, 100%. But if you lose the possession on the left-hand side or the right-hand side or wherever you're playing, but not in the centre, there's more players around and there's more players they need to get past for us to win the ball back. Because if you're on this side of the pitch, you're going to have support from the midfield and also from your left back in this area. Yeah. You lose it here, you're one of the midfielders. So you're already out of the game. And then there's a situation where we can be broke on. If you lose the ball here, you've got more chance of regaining possession because of an overload, which normally happens, than if you lose it directly in the middle of the park. Because we conceded 2 goals from Bournemouth at home because we lost possession in the middle of the park, in the middle of the pitch. We lost possession on the edge of the penalty area. And you're asking Wirtz to do things where there's a good chance he's going to lose possession because he's looking for the forward ball. He's trying a dribble. I get it. Like, I get Slot wants this and he wants that from Wirtz. But there is going to be a time when needs must. And you have to have a player that's familiar with what they do, muscle memory, they know how to run the play, they know how to play in that position with their eyes closed. There's going to be a moment where the penny's going to have to drop and you might have to push him over to the left-hand side because he's being isolated in games. He's being smothered in games. He is. Like, he really is. And it is a concern. Like, it's a concern because you're a £100 million player. And it's not a case of, oh, well, we can work with it. We can't work with it. Like, we can't have passengers. We need to have players that are involved in the game. And the problem I've got as well is him being in this area takes a lot away from Salah as well. Takes a lot away from Salah. And I want to show you some of the other games. I'm not just picking on Wirtz, by the way. This is all about, I'm doing this show, which is about styles of play, how they used to play, yeah? So let's look at Wirtz in another game, yeah? So I'm not just isolating this one game, okay? So this is Wirtz in another game last season. So we can just pick out some games where he's been a banger, yeah? Where he's been brilliant. So let's have a look at Leverkusen's team last season. You've obviously... I don't know why I've just done that. Sorry, 2 seconds. Okay, so last season, let's look at Wirtz. So, I mean, we could talk about the game where he got 2 assists, but they didn't win. I mean, we can show you that. So, he got 2 assists in this game. They lost 4-2, but he got 2 assists. Look, I'm not making this up. Like, this is a real thing. Wirtz is not playing where he should play for Liverpool right now. Like, Wirtz is playing in a position that's unfamiliar to him. I can show you all the games he played and where he didn't play. And he didn't play where Slot's trying to play him. That's just a fact. Like, Slot's trying to play him where he didn't play. And I understand that Wirtz maybe wants to be a number 10, but maybe he wants to be a number 10 that can float, that can move into different positions. Because we look at Newcastle. He had a stinker against Newcastle. Look at his heat map. 80 minutes played. What did you do? Like 80 minutes played, you did nothing. You had no impact whatsoever. Okay, yeah, you got the ball once just after half time and you played it up. But there was about 2 other passages of play that happened after that, which then Ekitike scored. And it was a good assist by Cody. But he's not playing where he plays. He's not playing where he plays. This is Liverpool. This is Liverpool now. This isn't Bayer Leverkusen. This is Liverpool. Bournemouth 6.7. Look where he played. He was over on the right-hand side in this game more. He played over on the right-hand side. He never played over on the right-hand side for Bayer Leverkusen. He didn't. There's no heat maps where he's got the ball all the game on the right-hand side. He hardly did anything on the left-hand side. All I'm looking at now, as I'm looking at Liverpool, as how do we get the best out of a player that we spent 100 bags on? That's what I'm looking at now. I'm just looking at that going, how do we get the best out of a guy that we spent 100 bags on? And for me, you play him in the best position. You play him in his best position. One of his best games for us was against Crystal Palace, and he played predominantly on the left-hand side. And guess what he did? He provided an assist and he almost scored. He had chances to score. This was the best game he's had for Liverpool, for me, was this game. He got an assist, 4 key passes, passing was much better, more touches on the ball. Didn't have any successful dribbles. Lost possession a lot less than other games. But he got an assist, and he also created a big chance, and he also had a shot which went over the bar, which I've got to say was what should have been a goal. Like, I'm seriously, it should have been a goal. And this was Florian Wirtz. This was Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. Yeah, that was Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. This was Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. Oh, I haven't got a heat map for this game. Have I not got a heat map? Is there no heat map? Oh, there's no heat map for this game. Sorry. There's no heat map for that game. No, there's no heat map for that game. So we've only had one game, yeah, where Wirtz has played like he should play. And then you have Germany. Germany. He plays like he does for Bayer Leverkusen for Germany. Look at the heat map. The heat map is on the left-hand side. Maybe not as attacking as he should be, got to be honest. But he still predominantly got the ball on the left-hand side in that game. Then he had a decent game. Like, he scored a worldie of a free kick when the game was really tight. Now, this is what I want to show you about Wirtz. Okay? So, this was last season. I'm just going to pick out some of the big games last season, okay? All right? Because nothing changes. Genuinely nothing changes. He just played where he played. Freiburg, 3 assists and a goal. Yeah, Freiburg, 3 assists and a goal. Guess who got man of the match? Oh, Patrick Schick got man of the match because he got all of his chances from Wirtz. But Wirtz got a 10 as well. Look where Wirtz plays. Guys, I'm not making this up. Like, why are we spending 100 million on a player and we're shoehorning him into a position that he's not used to? He's not used to playing the number 10, like as a number 10 that stays predominantly in midfield. Like, He doesn't play in that position. He plays on the left-hand side. He is an absolutely unbelievable dribbler of the ball. Why do you want your best dribbler of the ball in the middle of the park where he has to go past more players, when you want to put him on the far side where he's isolated and he can take on the fullback and then come inside? This is Wirtz's natural position. That's how he plays football. That's the reason why we're signing him. Like we're not signing a player because we watched him and gone, you know what? He'll be amazing in the middle of the park, when you've never scouted him when he played in the middle of the park, because that's not where he plays. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's like signing Alexander Isak because he's an amazing number 9, and then we play him as a right winger. Like, please make it make sense, because I'm now going to show you Hugo Ekitike. Sorry, I'm now going to show you Alexander Isak. Because if I don't start seeing Alexander Isak's heat map for Liverpool like it is for his previous team, where he's an absolute bagsman, then I'm definitely going to start questioning the manager. I'm definitely going to start questioning him, because we have had this before. We have gone through this shit before with managers, Rafa Benitez, Roy Evans, who else should we pick out? Gerard Houllier. Shall we pick out Brendan Rodgers? Should we pick out Jurgen Klopp? Managers who bought players and played them consistently out of position. Consistently out of position because of egos. Because they think they can do something which they clearly can't. Because a natural position for a player is normally where they should be. Especially when you're signing a player that's played for like 4 or 5 years in that position. Like, that's a dumb move. Like, that's also a way of breaking the confidence of a player and not getting the best out of him. And then you end up with another Darwin Núñez. Because, I'm sorry, but Darwin Núñez might have worked if we had 2 up front. Because he looked like the type of player that might play off someone else. He might. He might play better with 2 players, because that's what he did at Benfica. But we're now in a situation where Florian Wirtz doesn't look great in a Liverpool team. He doesn't look great in a Liverpool team. He doesn't. He looks like a duck out of water. Sorry, a fish out of water, not a duck. Ducks have got feet and they can walk around. He looks like a fish out of water. The game looks too fast for him. There's too many players on top of him. He's trying to do too much. Put him back in his natural position for a bit. Let him get comfortable in his skin. Like, let him get comfortable in a Liverpool team. Play him on the left-hand side. Sorry, Cody. You're sitting this one out, mate, because Florian Wirtz needs to get some confidence. He needs to get used to the Liverpool setup. Play him on the left-hand side against Burnley. Watch him absolutely destroy them. And play Ekitike in the middle. Cool. Absolutely cool with that. I'm absolutely cool with that. But we continue this experiment with a guy that doesn't play in the number 10 position in the centre. Sorry, he just doesn't. I don't know how many... do you want me to carry on showing you heat maps? Because all the heat maps never show him in the centre. They never show the guy in the centre. Should we have a look at the Salzburg game? Where did he play in the Salzburg game? Who got man of the match? Grimaldo got man of the match. But Florent, 2 assists in that game. Oh, that's interesting, because where did he play? Oh, yeah, he played on the left-hand side. Again. Like, every game, Florian Wirtz plays on the left-hand side. And this is what's interesting, okay? I'm now going to show you Alexander Isak's heat map. Okay? Because this is what's interesting. So let's have a look at how Alexander Isak plays and where he plays predominantly. Okay, so we'll just look at Crystal Palace last season. In fact, one of his games where he had a banger. I mean, he normally has bangers. Okay, we'll look at goal and a goal against Brentford. Okay, goal against Brentford. So Alexander Isak, heat map. He very rarely touches the ball, by the way, Isak, in games. I will point that out as well. Like, he very rarely touches the ball a lot. He doesn't get heavily involved in games. Like, he's not a guy that hogs the ball. He gets a couple of touches, but he drifts to the left as well. Like, my only concern, and I've said this before when we were signing all these players, is we do seem to be signing a lot of players that drift to the left-hand side. Ekitike does it. Isak does it. Vert wants to do it, but at the moment he's not doing it at Liverpool when he should be, but he's not. But we have a lot of players that drift to the left-hand side. I really don't want us to be lopsided consistently, like where everybody's over on the left. Like, everyone's trying to play football on the left-hand side and just get in each other's way. Because I can show you Ekitike's heat map, and Ekitike basically played like Wirtz last season. All on the left-hand side. So much of the ball around here. So this is Isak, left-hand side again. Because you can see the main dot is on the left-hand side where he touched the ball a lot. So then you've got other games he played. Okay, so played against Crystal Palace. Played against Crystal Palace, scored in that game. That's a better game for him. Straight in the penalty box. But we also need to have a look. He was on the pitch for 72 minutes. Touched the ball 13 times. This is what I'm saying. Touched the ball 13 times. Like, 72 minutes on the pitch, and he touched the ball 13 times. And he only had 5 passes in the game. Like, very rarely gets involved in the game, which I find really incredible. Like, I really do. Like, I'm not irritated. I'm just I just want us to succeed, and I also want Vert to work. I don't want us to spend £100 million on a player and for it to not work out because the manager's stubborn and he doesn't play him where he should play him, basically, like where he's comfortable. Because we've already experienced that with the likes of Cody. I mean, Cody for 2 years didn't get played in the right position. Gets played on the left-hand side. Guess what? Looks brilliant. Feels comfortable in games. Like, oozing with confidence. You know? And I get it. Look, I get it. Like, Diaz did well up front. But that doesn't mean the Slot can start fucking around with the team and playing players all over the place. Like, okay, yeah, Dominic Szoboszlai's been brilliant at right back. Slot, don't get in your own head and think that you can be Houdini and start making this team something really weird where you're playing players in different positions consistently. Like, don't do that, because that doesn't work. It doesn't work and it won't last. Like, you're playing Dom there because Frimpong and Bradley are injured. Frimpong and Bradley come back, they should play. They are natural right backs. Like, they are right backs. Dominic Szoboszlai is a number 10 or a high 8. So just move Wirtz out to the left-hand side and put Dom in the number 10 position. Like, watch the game become a procession. Watch us dominate possession. Watch us completely fry the opposition's midfield because of the sheer capacity of Dominic Szoboszlai, chasing the ball down everywhere, winning the ball back, helping Mo Salah. And then you've got McAllister and Gravenberch just being monsters in there in the pivot. And then you've got Wirtz in a natural position on the left-hand side, drifting around, taking players on. And then you've got Ekitike, who's not over on the left-hand side because Wirtz is there. And he knows, I'm not going to drift over there because there's no space for me. I'm going to stay central. I'm going to be more involved in the number 9 position. That makes so much more sense because it feels comfortable. Players are used to playing that position. And the fact that you've got Dominic Szoboszlai, who is confident and knows that he can hit worldies, means that, guess what? He might not stop looking. He might start looking for somebody else. And he might go, you know what? I don't always have to pass to dad. You know what? I can have a crack from 30 yards because I've done it before. And maybe he can just go, you know what? I'm just going to lay it off to Wirtz. Wirtz can do his magic. I've won the ball back high up. I've done my job. Pass it to Wirtz. And I get it. He's made it work with players. He made it work with Gravenberch. I get it. But I don't see any progress. I don't see any positives. Like, I don't see him getting better. I also don't see it just clicking. I don't see Wirtz just going, you know what? It all works now. I can suddenly take on 4 players instead of 2. Like, I just feel like I'm watching a guy that's he's not comfortable. He's not comfortable being where he is. There's too many players around him. It's like, I don't know, it's like he's in a crowd. Yeah, he's in a crowd and everyone's trying to get his attention all the time. Gives the ball over to me. I pass it here. There's a chance on there. Maybe I should try. Like, there's so many things going around his head because he's not in a position that's natural to him. And he's overthinking things. He wants to try a dribble 2 more, or he wants to pass the ball and he gets intercepted, or he gets caught on the ball because there's just so many people around him. Just help him understand the Premier League at his pace. Yeah, let him deal with that at his pace in his natural position. And then once he's got hold of that, and once he feels comfortable, and once you see him influencing games, then go, you know what? Why don't you try and move over into the middle a bit? See how you feel there. Yeah, we can accommodate that. But he's just been put into a position he's not natural with. He's also not a road runner. He hasn't got the capacity to do what Dominic Szoboszlai does. So he burns himself out. And he also doesn't get as many touches on the ball now because he's too busy tracking players, trying to tackle, running after players, pressing all the time. Stuck in this little position of just ahead of the midfield, just ahead of the pivot, just before the strikers, in this no man's land where there's 2 defenders running at him and there's 2 midfielders running at him. As soon as he gets the ball, he has to work magic. It has to be a magic trick. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that if you're not used to doing that. And he's not used to doing it. He's used to getting the ball on the left-hand side where there might be an overload. There might be a wing-back bombing on to help him. There might be a midfielder supporting. There might be an attacker dropping in. But he hasn't got that. He hasn't got that. The pivots are too far behind. They're too far behind. The attacker's too far forward. Or he's gone over to the left-hand side. Yeah? He hasn't got his bomber. He hasn't got a bomber beyond. Because that's not what we're asking Kerkez to do anymore. It looks like we are not getting any output out of Wirtz. And it is a real shame because you don't spend £100 million on a player and then expect him to be able to do something that he's never done before. That's not fair. That's not fair. And I don't want him to be that guy. Don't want him to be that guy. He doesn't deserve to be that guy. And the rival fans are already giving him shit. The rival fans are already giving him shit. Slot and Wirtz will work it out. Well, it's easy enough to work it out. Play him on the left-hand side. Play him where he plays football. Like, I've showed you the numbers. And I've showed you the heat map. Wirtz plays left-hand side. All day, all night, that's how he does things. He operates on the left. That's it. His heat map never sits in the middle. Never sits in the middle. So this was how I wanted to. This is what I also wanted to talk about. Isak. So predominantly, we want Isak. Pardon me. We want Isak predominantly to play as a number 9. Or do we? Because I'm not being funny, and I'm not saying this flippantly, yeah, but we've just signed. So I'll show you this game, which was Wolves. Yeah, Isak scored two goals, open play, absolutely destroyed them, got man of the match. Okay, this was one of his best games last season. Okay, absolutely destroyed Wolves. And this is the question I need to ask: are we signing Isak as a conventional number 9? Because I have no idea what Slot wants to do. Because I genuinely thought Wirtz was going to come in and do a job that he's been doing for Bayer Leverkusen for the last 4 years. That's what I thought. I'm like, cool. He's going to play over on the left-hand side more. He might start in the 10, but then he'll drift over to the left. Yeah, Cody might come forward more and get into the box more, but that's not happening. So the positioning is exactly the same as last season. And Florian Wirtz is basically doing what Dominic Szoboszlai did, which is basically a roadrunner. Okay? Like, he's not involved in the play. He's doing all the tracking back. He's not getting forward enough. He's not breaking into the box, because that's what Dom didn't do as much. And it annoyed us and we hated it. And then you've got Alexander Isak. Well, Alexander Isak spends most of his time in the box at Newcastle. That's what he does. If you look at that game, he spent all of his time on the edge of the box or in the box. Yeah. And I can show you the numbers, because he had 41 touches, 76% pass completion. He dribbled past 2 people. He hit the woodwork. He won 2 out of 2 aerial duels. He lost possession 15 times. He was the guy that was in the box. Yeah, and guess what? He scored 2 goals. Man of the match. Done deal. Yeah. Is Slot going to play this football? Is he going to play this football? Because I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I don't even know how he's going to play Alexander Isak now, because after watching how he plays Hugo Ekitike, I don't know whether he's going to play him as a number 9. He might end up playing him as this false 9 who spends a lot of time in midfield, not in the box. And I don't want him to be another player which is not doing what they're naturally good at. And I really do worry. And that's why this show is called, basically, Styles of Play. Like, how are we going to play? The playing style. Because, and I put a question mark next to it, because I genuinely don't know. Because, and I'm putting this straight up to you now, did you actually think that we were signing Kerkez to play as a auxiliary centre-back next to Virgil van Dijk for pretty much 70% of the game? Did anyone think we were signing Kerkez for that job? Because guess what? That's not what Kerkez did. That's not why Kirkes got into team of the season last year, because he played as a centre back. Nope, he didn't play as a centre back next to Dean Huijsen. He played as a up and down, bombing on all day long till the 96th minute, full of energy, providing assist, providing width. Kirkes has done none of that for Liverpool. Hugo Ekitike. Watch how Hugo Ekitike played for Eintracht Frankfurt. He was a one-man machine who drifted left, always drifted left, got the ball, dribbled in, scored most of his goals from the left-hand side of the box into the goal. Or he cut across and he got in on the centre from a bombing on player to cross the ball in. We don't play that football. We don't play like that. Hugo Ekitike doesn't play like that for Liverpool. Florian Wirtz wasn't a number 10 for Bayer Leverkusen. He played as a left winger for Bayer Leverkusen. He doesn't play like he plays for Leverkusen for Liverpool. So you've now got Frimpong that doesn't play like Frimpong for Bayer Leverkusen because he's a right back. He's not a right winger. Yeah, you've got Kirkes who doesn't play as a left back. Doesn't play as a left back that goes forward. Nope. You've got Wirtz that doesn't play as a number 10. You've got Ekitike who doesn't play on the left-hand side anymore. He's central. And now you've signed Alexander Isak for 130 million. Are you actually going to play that guy in the right position? I have to ask the question, because all of these amazing players we've signed, none of them play the football they're supposed to play. None of them play how they play football. None of them. None of them play like they played when we were scouting them. Like, you were watching them on the left-hand side. You were watching them on the left-hand side. You were watching him as a right winger. You were watching him as a number 9. And you decided, all of a sudden, I'm going to spend 400 million and then play them all in different positions. Like, what are we going to do with Mamardashvili? Are we going to play him as a fucking right back? Like, is that what we're going to do? Are we signing Leone to play him in midfield? Like we have been dog shit since the start of the season. Like, we have scraped games, we've conceded goals, we've looked really poor on the break. We haven't looked great on counter-attacks. We haven't looked great on set pieces. We haven't been able to put together a lot of play. We haven't been great. We've relied basically on Virgil van Dijk, a little bit of magic from some of our players, and we've got 9 points. And I get it, and that's amazing. But play the players like you bought them. Like, you bought the players because they were really good in their natural positions, and now you're not playing any of them in their natural positions. Like, that can't bode well. That will lose confidence in players. Like, there was a lot of people that said that Kirkes shouldn't have even played against Arsenal. A lot of people said that Kirkes shouldn't have played against Arsenal. And to a certain extent, I actually thought maybe he played Robbo in that game. Maybe he played Robbo. But I'm glad he played Kirkes in that game, because he shut down Madueke, and Madueke would have destroyed Robbo. Yeah? But the interesting thing with Robbo is Robbo still does what he's always done. Like, call him what you want, but Robbo still bombs on, because he can't get that out of his system. Now, the problem I've got is Slot has a lot of young players. Not so much Isaac, yeah, and he wouldn't have, and to a certain extent, Frimpong's not. I mean, he's still only 24. So he has young players that he can mould, but why do you need to mould them? Like, they're ready-made players that you bought for big money because they are top of their game. They're top of their game in those positions. Like, you're not reinventing the wheel. Like, you won the league playing Jurgen Klopp's football pretty much last season. If you put those players into that football, you probably win it again. You probably win it again if you put those players into the football you played last season. I have no doubt that you probably go and win it again. You probably go and win it again. Left winger, stick Wirtz there. Left back, doing what Robbo does, bombing forward. Put Kerkez there. Your back two, solid. Your right back, I'm not sure it's Frimpong. He's not used to it. That's not his job. It's not his job. So you take Frimpong out and you put Bradley in there, because guess what? Bradley's a bloody good right back. And then you've got a substitute for Salah in Frimpong. You have your Salah substitute in Frimpong. And then you tried to play Núñez. You tried to play Jota as a number 9. You tried to play them as a number 9 last season. I could see it. It just didn't work. And that's the reason why you ended up putting Diaz up there. There's Isaac. Play him there. He's in the box all the time. He's on the edge of the box or he's in the box. And then you've got Ekitike as your sub. You don't need to do all this reinventing shit. You don't. Play the guys as you signed them, where they are natural. And the odd one out for me is Wirtz. That's the odd one out. That needs to change. It's not making us look good. We are not holding the ball. Put it this way, I can tell you for a fact now, and I'm not some kind of statistical guy or tactics guy or anything like that. The reason why Mo Salah isn't playing well is because Florian Wirtz is in the number 10 position. That's the reason why Mo Salah's not playing well. That's the reason why. That is the reason why Mo Salah's not playing well. Is because Florian Wirtz is in that number 10 position. He needs to move to the left-hand side. You put your best players in the best positions. Mo Salah's best position is the right-hand side. Florian Wirtz's best position is the left-hand side. And I'm sorry, Cody, you bench. You bench. You bench. Get me a number 10 that can do what our number 10's needed to do. And what is our number 10 needed to do? He needs to press the ball. He needs to harry. He needs to do the defensive work for Mo Salah. Oh, well, I know someone who's really good at that. Dominic Szoboszlai. You won the league and you were penalties away from probably winning the Champions League last season. You were penalties away from winning the Champions League last season. And the only reason you didn't win the Carabao Cup is because of Isaac. You now own him. Like, do what gets you a new contract. Do what won you the league. Go again and rerun it. Play it again. You've got too many players to change too much. Take it back to what you know. Go back to the basics. Run it back. It won you the league. Nobody could cope with what you could do. Nobody could cope. You beat PSG on their own ground. Nobody beats PSG on their own ground. Run it back. Run it back with better players. That's all you need to do. It is there for the taking. It's there for the taking. There was too much change. There was too much tactical jiggery pokery. Like, doesn't need to happen. Doesn't need to happen. You can use Kirkes as a more ordering left back because he can get back. He has pace. You haven't got Trent anymore, but you've got Conor Bradley, who's done a really good job when Trent's not been there. He's done a really good job. He knows the role. He can do it. He can cut inside. He can play inverted runs. He can do inside runs and outside runs. Frimpong can't do that. You're asking Frimpong to do something he's never done before. You're asking Wirtz to do something he's never done before. You're asking Kirkes to do something he's never done before. At this rate, you're asking Isak to do something that he's never done before, because I don't know what you're going to do with him. I genuinely don't know what you're going to do with him, because all you've done with the others is made them look a bit shit. You've made them look like they're not used to the Premier League. Like they can't handle the pace. You're giving them too much work to do. Let it be natural to them. Play the guy on the right-hand side. Play him high on the right-hand side, because that's where he's really good. Play him on the left-hand side. Play him high on the left-hand side, because that's where he's really good. It's not rocket science. I've showed you the heat maps. I'll show you Ekatike's, okay? Here's Ekatike. Last season, Frankfurt, Leipzig, 4-0. Who got man of the match? Hugo Ekatike, of course he did. Should we have a look where he played? Oh, whoopee fucking do. Whoopee fucking do. Where did Ekatike play? On the left-hand side. Every single game. You signed a load of players that like playing on the left. Like, you really did. Like, you really did. And I get it. But we want to play all these players at once. We can't play all these players in the same team. We can't. We have a squad. I know you want to see Ekatike play with Isak. I know you want to see Wirtz, Ekatike, Frimpong. You want to see everybody play at once. It can't happen. It can't happen. Then you got nothing to bring off the bench. Heat maps don't lie. Heat maps do not lie. Heat maps don't lie. That's Ekatike in a nutshell. Gets the ball from the left-hand side, cuts inside, gets into the box and scores. It's Ekatike in a nutshell. That isn't what Isak does. Because Isak doesn't get the ball that much. And this is the problem. And this is what I think Liverpool fans aren't prepared for. You're signing a player that touches the ball less than 30 times a game. Like Alexander Isak never touches the ball over 50 times. Like, so you're now what? You're asking Isak to now be heavily involved in games constantly, which means he's probably going to do more running. He's probably going to be tackled more. You're now throwing stresses and strains and new things at Isak, which he's not used to. Like, make it comfortable. Make it like you're putting a pair of slippers on. Like, they are coming into the Premier League champions who run more, press more, win more, score more, create more chances. That's our bag. That is our bag. What are we trying to do here? Like, we're not Man City, and we don't want to be Man City. Like, we're trying to play Manchester City football. We're trying to play PSG football. We're not PSG. We haven't got PSG's players. We certainly haven't got their midfielders. And we've only got one defender that's anything like theirs, that's used to stress and used to players just bombing on at them. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. You won the league, and you possibly could have won the Champions League if you hadn't got beat on penalties. If you didn't have Darwin Núñez and bloody Curtis Jones taking your pens, then we'd have probably won. And for some reason, I have no idea why Virgil van Dijk doesn't take penalties. Like, I can't get my head around that. The guy's an absolute bomb at penalties. Like, have you seen the penalties Virgil scores and he doesn't take penalties? Like, I'm not even going to get on that. But make it easy for the people that you've just signed, because you've just signed 7 players. Like, you've got 7 players, you got your team. You spent 400 million quid. Don't put loads of pressure on yourself by starting to reinvent the wheel. When guess what? It's not fucking broke. Doesn't need fixing. It needs a bit of fucking WB-40. That's what it needs. A little bit of greasing, a little bit of oil, a bit more possession, pass the ball a bit more, a few more patterns. But play the fucking players you just spent millions on in the right positions. Like, make it easy for them. Alexander Isak, 130 million. Yeah, we're going to play you as a false 9 now. What? What do you mean false 9? Yeah, we're going to play you so you can like drop into midfield and you can win the ball more and tackle more and hold on to the ball more, and you have to do more running and more pressing. And he's like, okay, boss. Yeah, I'll do what's good. I'll do what's good for the team. And then it's like, oh well, Isak hasn't scored in 10 games. Well, no shit, Sherlock. He doesn't get in the box. Why is that? Well, because he's doing the false 9 job and he's doing stuff in the midfield that like he doesn't need to be there. And then Isak then drops. He then drops down the pecking order maybe, or then Isak starts losing confidence. Just play him as a number 9. Score bags of goals as a number 9. Did we not see this before? Like, and this is what we need to talk about. We've already witnessed this when we had Pep and Linders who decided, I'm going to play Mo Salah as a fucking linesman for the whole season. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Mo Salah so far out on the right hand side that he's never involved in the game. That's what I'll do. Oh yeah, and I'm going to start inverting my right back. And we watched how that happened. Players are creatures of habit. They need to know what they're going to be doing. And they need to be comfortable at what they do. And right now, I'm watching a load of players that aren't comfortable. I'm looking at Kirkhead doing last-ditch tackles, like flying in with 2 feet, yellow carded. How many times have we seen Gravenberch now booked in the first 10 minutes? Like, does that not worry you? Because he's going to be banned in a couple of games. Like, and we're all looking at Ibu Konate going, oh my God, he's all over the place. There might be a reason why he's all over the place, because the whole team is disjointed because you're playing players in positions that they're not used to playing. And you're trying to do something which nobody's used to doing. Like, when does Virgil van Dijk do diagonals anymore? When do you start seeing Virgil pick the ball up and ping it 60 yards? No, it's not happening anymore. So we stopped doing that. Well, that's been really good for the last 10 years, so we're not going to do it no more. No. And guess what? We're not going to win any set pieces anymore either. We're going to stop doing that. We're not going to score any corners anymore. Like what? Like, what are we doing? Like, seriously, what are we doing? Like, nothing needed fixing. Because it wasn't broken. Because we just won the league. And we only lost 2 games. And one of them was against Chelsea because we were already celebrating because we won the league. Like, we almost went invincibles. If it wasn't for getting beat by Notts Forest, we'd have probably gone invincibles. Like, honestly, like, what are we doing here? Like, we got Burnley next. Is it all going to click? Is it all going to click? Tell me in the chat now. Are we going to beat Burnley 5-0 at their ground? Or are we going to stink that game up and probably win? 1 in the chat if we win 5-0. 2 in the chat if you think we're going to stink. I want to know your opinion. I want to know your opinion because I know what I've seen. I know what I've seen. I know what I've seen. I'm gaslighting us. I'm asking your opinion. I'm asking your opinion. I'm just asking your opinion. Oh, you think we're going to win 5-0? Okay, well, I thought you would. I thought you'd think we'd win 5-0. Okay, so you all think we're going to win 5-0. Probably stink it up. I don't want to see us stink it up. I do not want to see another stinky game. Like, have you seen the players we've just signed? Like, you can't sign £400 million worth of players and stink. You can't. I'm sorry. Not when you played loads of players that weren't that great last season. Like, we had a lot of players that weren't great last season. Like, and we won so many games and played some brilliant football. It isn't going to click. It's not going to just click like that. It's not going to click like that. But I'm watching games and I'm just not seeing anything. Like, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing domination. I'm not seeing us like take your breath away with the move that happens. Like, I'm not seeing it. Like, even the Newcastle game, everybody talks about that winner, like being passed all around the park. The team we were playing had basically chased us the whole game with 10 men. Like, can we all be a bit realistic here? They were on their fucking knees. Like, they just scored the equaliser and they just like took a deep breath and gone, oh my God, we've managed to save this game. And of course we can pass the ball around them because we had 11 men. Like, there was always going to be a pass that we could make with a player that was spare because they haven't got enough players. So for everyone to go, oh, we played breathtaking football. No, we fucking didn't. We were dog shit. We were absolutely dog shit. And we deserved to get beaten in the Newcastle game. Like, let's not get it twisted. Like, we deserved to get beaten in the Newcastle game. Like, we were shit. We were shit. We were shit against Crystal Palace for large spells in the cup. We were. Like, Bournemouth had numerous chances in that game to win as well, by the way. Like, Semenyo missed like 2 other really big chances in that game. Like, let's not get it twisted. Like, Arsenal could have beaten us. They could have beaten us. They had some big chances in that game. Like, they did. Like, let's not get it twisted. Like, and I'm not trying to gaslight you. I'm not trying to gaslight you. But we look arse. We look shit. We don't look like a £400 million team. Like, we don't look like we've just added £400 million worth of players to it. We look like we are struggling. We look like there's an element of, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Like, as in, I'm getting the ball on this side. Where am I looking to play it? Like, should I be this far forward? Should I be this far back? Why am I drifting over here when there's a player here with me? Like, getting in each other's way? Like, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at last ditch tackles consistently. Like, it didn't need to change. You had a winning system last season. You needed to do a few more tweaks. That's it. Like, you didn't need to just start changing everything and buying players and playing them in different positions. Like, why are you doing this? This is the thing which really gets on my nerves. When you give a manager a lot of money. It seems to happen so many times. It really does. It seems to happen so many times with managers that spend a boatload of cash and then, I don't know, seem to think that, oh, well, I know something that you don't. Like, I can do something that, like, and I'll be straight up here. I also do feel a little bit concerned that Gio van Bronckhorst is in our team. And I do feel like something's maybe switched. Like maybe there's a bit more coaching is going to the other person, because Johnny Heitinger was a master of defense. Like he was brilliant at the defensive structure of games. Johnny Heitinger, he really was. Like, because he was a good defender and he was a really good coach. But Bronkhorst, he used to be a manager. Like, you basically got two managers who have got managerial experience basically as our coaches. Like, I'm just going to put it out there. Like, he was the manager of Besiktas, von Bronckhorst, and I think he got sacked, which is a red flag anyway. And then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took over, and then Bronckhorst came to us as an assistant manager, and now he's with Slot, who are both managers. Like, they both got managerial experience. Like is that affecting us? Is there an element of too many cooks can spoil the broth? Like, do you see this? Like, the squad did need to freshen up. The squad needed to freshen up, mate. But I mean, should you be seeing should be seeing us play worse? like, should you? Like, you've literally signed. Everybody's saying, undoubtedly, probably the best left back in the Premier League. Like, you're not playing him as a left back. You're playing him as a centre back. Like, do I need to show you Kirkez's heat map? Because I didn't actually want to show you Kirkez's heat map, but I will. Okay, so this is Kirkez last season. Yeah, so let's have a look at some of Kirkez's good games. So we'll have a look at Bournemouth versus Leicester. Yeah, Kirkez got a 7. No shit, Sherlock. Like, does anybody think they know where Kirkez played? Like answers on the back of a postcard. Did you think Kirkez played high on the left? Oh yes, he did, because that's what Kirkez does. So that's where Kirkez played. Yeah, so that's Kirkez's heat map last season against Leicester for Bournemouth. Yeah, that's where Kirkez played. Now, shall we have a look where Kirkez plays under Arnie Slot? Let's have a look where Kirkez plays under Arnie Slot. Yeah, let's have a quick look. Shall we see where he played against Arsenal? Yeah, he had a good game, by the way, against Arsenal. He got 7.8 in that game. Well, fuck me. Well, I didn't see Kirkez anywhere near their goal. Anywhere near their goal. I didn't see Kirkez anywhere near the left wing. Nowhere near the left wing, because he plays basically as a auxiliary centre-back next to Virgil van Dijk right now. That's where Kirkez plays. That's not Kirkez's position. If you wanted a guy to do that, then you should have bought a centre-back. And you should have played him. Buy yourself a centre-back, because he's not a centre-back. He's a left-back who's really good at going forward. Check Bournemouth, not Arsenal. What? Check Bournemouth, not Arsenal. That's Bournemouth. So that's us versus Arsenal. Yeah, so that's Kirkez versus Arsenal. The game I showed you before that was Bournemouth, yeah, Kirkez versus Leicester. And he spent most of his time in the opposition's half. I mean, do you want to look at Frimpong? Should we just look at Frimpong just for shits and giggles, yeah? Should we just look at Frimpong for shits and giggles? Because I'm not making this up, by the way. Like, this is a concern. This is genuinely a concern for me. It really is. So let's have a look at Frimpong against Bournemouth. Yeah. So this is Frimpong against Bournemouth. There's Frimpong against Bournemouth, yeah? Fucking hell, man. Like, what are we doing? Like, literally, what are we doing? Like, have we suddenly become like Jose Mourinho Chelsea? Like, where we're so pragmatic and defensive in games? Like, have we stopped? Have we suddenly decided that we're not going to play our left back and right back like we did with Trent and Robbo? Like, we suddenly decided we're not going to do that no more? Because if you look at Frimpong, well, Frimpong never got the ball out of our half, really. He just didn't. He didn't get the ball out of our half. Okay, he had a couple of touches on the halfway line. Like, what are we doing? Like, seriously? Like, this guy is quite possibly the best attacking right back in Europe. Like, bags of goals, bags of assists. Bags of goals, bags of assists. Like, should we just look at some of his games? Okay, so this is a game against Stuttgart last season, yeah, where he got a goal and he got an assist. And guess what? He scored. No, he didn't score the winner. Angelo Stella scored the winner. So Patrick Schick scored the winner. But Frimpong had a blinder, got man of the match. Okay. No, there you go. There you go. Well, that's what Frimpong did. Spent most of his time attacking in the other half. And guess where he was for Liverpool against Bournemouth? Nowhere where he was on the pitch in this game. Like, what are we doing? Like, why are we signing players and then not playing them where they're really good? Like, seriously? Like, you've watched me talk about Frimpong for months and months and months before we signed him. And I've said it on many shows. This guy is the Mo Salah replacement. I said it. This guy is the perfect player to replace Mo Salah. He's got so much pace. He's so attack-minded. He can dribble. He's got so much speed. He creates loads of chances. And he can also score. You can convert him into a Gareth Bale. You can turn him from whatever you want into the next Gareth Bale. He's only 24. Like, we signed Mo Salah when he was 24, by the way. Okay? Just let's get that straight, yeah? So we're signing a guy same age as Mo when we signed him, yeah? And what are we doing? What are we doing? We're not even playing him like we played Trent, for a start. We're now playing him like we play, I don't know, when did Liverpool ever play with a really defensive right back? When did Liverpool ever play with a really defence-minded right back? I don't remember. I don't remember Liverpool playing with a really defensive-minded right back for God knows how long. Like, I don't know, maybe Souness? Maybe under Souness. Maybe a little bit under Rafa. But the guy doesn't even cross the ball. He doesn't get down the byline. He doesn't get to the corner flag anymore. Like, this is what Frimpong is really good at. And we are not utilising anything that Frimpong's good at, apart from pace. And I get it, he scored a fluky goal against Crystal Palace. But what's really interesting is two of the best games that Frimpong and Wirtz had were against Crystal Palace, straight off the back of a pre-season, so it's all really fresh, and now we don't play like that. Now we don't play football like that. We don't play Wirtz in over on the left-hand side like we did against Crystal Palace, because he did play there a bit. Yeah. And we don't play Frimpong maraudering. That stopped. Stop that. Premier League starts now. Premier League starts. You can all play in different positions. My worry is every team is going to play really defensive against us. And we are going to play really pragmatic football where we're not using the players in their natural positions, which means they won't influence the game. They won't influence the game like you want them to. Like, send Frimpong beyond Salah, because guess what? That will help Salah, because then he can get into the box and Frimpong can cross the ball to him. But he's not even doing that. He's not even doing that in games because he's having to stay back more. We've been shit this season. Like, it's a fact. We've been shit, but we still got 9 points. And nothing's broken right now because we can still play the way we did last season. We can just switch it. We can switch it back. But I worry we spent 130 million quid on one of the best number 9s in the world. And we are not going to use him like he should be used. And that is my worry. And £100 million on one of the best left wingers. He's a left winger in Florian Wirtz. And right now, he looks like he's out of the water like a fish. You don't spend 400 million quid and just fucking play them wherever you want. No, you don't. You spend 400 million quid and you play them where they're supposed to be played. And you make everything else work around them. And I genuinely worry that Gio van Bronckhorst is something that's making us different. He's turned up and we look like we're doing something that we weren't doing last season. I'm sorry. He's turned up and we look like we are trying to reinvent something that doesn't need reinventing. Okay, I'm out of here anyway. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the show. What I did want to ask you, by the way, there's over 100 of you in here, is I'm thinking about adding another channel which is just going to do conspiracies and rabbit holes as an actual show. And I will still do my Sunday members only show, which will be football and conspiracies and rabbit holes, but you're involved. Like, the members will be involved in that show. Like, that will be a show for yous. But I was thinking of doing an actual conspiracies channel because so many of yous love it. So let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in me doing a different channel. So it would be, I've got KMack for football and then it'll be KMack for conspiracies. Let me know if that interests you, because I mean, you just like it. Anyway, so I'm gonna get out of here. It wasn't a rant, really. All it was for me was a concern, and I don't know, maybe it's just a warning shot. Yeah, maybe. Look, I know you've been thinking it. Okay, I know you've been sat there watching games, going, "Why are we doing this? Like this doesn't look right." Like, I know you've been doing it. I know you've been sat there thinking, "Hang on, why is Wirtz losing the ball there? Like why is he dropping in? Like, why isn't he doing what he does at Bayer Leverkusen?" Like, I know you're thinking it. I know you're thinking it. So I'm your voice. I'm your voice on this. And I've shown you the data. The heat maps don't lie. Like, the heat maps don't lie. Like, buy a player and play him in the heat map that he excelled in. Like, that's not difficult to do. That's not a difficult thing to do. Not a difficult thing to do. It's like, get him and put him there, because guess what? He was fucking brilliant there. Two channels, you think is a good idea? Cool. I'll think about another channel then. All right, cool. And you're interested in it as well. All right, that's good. All right. Anyway, if you haven't liked and subscribe, please do. I'm on the road to 2,000. The gaslight is growing stronger. Oh, the problem is songs, and I'll say this right now: if we carry on looking like a bag of shit throughout the season, but keep on winning games, like by the odd goal here and there, yeah, there's going to be an element where some people are then going to start saying, oh, well, it was because he was using Jurgen's tactics. It was because it was Jurgen's squad. Like, that's why they looked really good. That's what's going to happen. And that's not me gaslighting. That's not me gaslighting. That's what the others are going to do. They are. And they're going to be saying, oh, squirtsy instead of vertsy. And they'll start using the slander. And we can all sit there and go, oh, yeah, but we're top of the league and we're unbeaten. But we all know we played shit. Like, is that how you want it? You want to spend 400 million quid and scrape games by screamers and last minute winners by 16-year-olds? I mean, it's going to give me an heart attack. Like, none of us are going to be here to the end of the season. We'd all had heart attacks. When we have a team of unbelievable players that just need to be put into the same positions that they were really good at when we signed them. Like, and we still have a formation and a team that won the league. Like, they haven't forgotten how they played last season. That's not been forgotten. Like, so just do it again. Do it again with a better number 9. Like, seriously, you've got, instead of Darwin Núñez there, you've got Isaac there. Like, really? Look, I've got to be honest. We can say, let them gel, but they're not even in the right positions to gel. Like, they're not even in the right positions to gel. Like, and I don't know where Isaac's going to play. And I had to say that. I showed you his heat map, so you know exactly where he plays. But I don't know where he's going to play. I don't know where he's going to play him because I have no idea what he's doing right now. Like, we look terrible. We look terrible. And I honestly believe we're going to be shit against Burnley. We're going to be shit against Burnley. And we're probably going to win, and it's going to be 2-1 or 1-0. Seriously, we're going to be shit against Burnley. And we'll probably win it. But we can all sit there and go, oh, you know, it's early doors. Are we going to be saying that in 10 games' time? And I'll eat my hat, James. I'll eat my hat if we win 5-0 and then the next game 5-0 and the next game 5-0. I think there's an element of you got lucky with Gravenberch. I'm sorry. I still believe there's an element of you got lucky. I just do. That one, I think you got lucky. That could have gone either way. It could have gone either way. I'm sorry. Like, I know international breaks do piss me off. You're right. They do. Anyway, forget the heat maps and go and watch his games. I will. Anyway, I'll see you all later, okay?